All right. Welcome back. Anyone who's new, welcome. Anyone who's been here, welcome back. Let's get started.
All right.
What were we talking about earlier? That we held it up until just now? The interview that you probably forgot about?
Oh yeah. so
Don't let me forget.
so all those people are like, "Oh, it's so easy to run a business." Anyways, there's a whole like hiring process you have to go through to find um, decent people, as you know. So I use ZipRecruiter. It works most of the time.
90% of the time it works every time.
Yeah, 90%. Um, but yeah. So I had like 3 or 4 people message me within like the first few hours, and this girl happened to be one of the first ones. And I told her, I was like, "Hey, I'm kind of hiring in a hurry," or she messaged me, reached out, and said, "Hey, I'm interested in a job, yada yada yada." And I said, "Well, I'm looking to hire in a hurry, so I understand it's short notice, but is there any way you can come in for an interview today or tomorrow?" And she said, "Yeah, I'll be there as soon as possible. I'll let you know when I'm on the way." I said, "Okay, no worries. See you soon." And send her the address of the office, all that stuff. And yeah, so about 45 minutes went by. I was like, I haven't, let me check the messages again, see how long it's going to be. Because I had an appointment like just after lunch. And I told her, I was like, hey, just so you know, I do have an appointment like around 1. I'm not sure an exact time. Well, I was going to give an estimate. I was meeting up with a couple people that were, busy. So there wasn't like a exact time frame involved. Again, all this was kind of thrown on my plate last minute to get all this done. So I told her, I was like, I have a thing just after lunch. Don't know how long it's gonna be. Not even sure if I'm gonna make it back to the office after that. So the sooner the better. So I go back on there and check the messages, and she said, "Oh, I'll be there. My phone's broke, so I'm using my tablet to message you."
Red flag.
Yeah, I'm on my way. I said, "Okay, no worries." Like she has the address. So like 12:30 rolls around, and I'm like, "All right." The guy called me, and I was supposed to be meeting up. He's like, "Hey, meet me up here at 1:45." So I went back on there, checked it, no answer. About time I had to leave. It was about a 30-minute drive, so I left at like 1 to get there, and I met him on time. Weird,
Well,
but
that's why you're the boss and she is not.
so so I go give this estimate, and end up. Turns out the guy knows Grandpa from back in the day, racing together. So
Of course he did.
we end up sitting there bullshitting for like an hour, after the estimate. And so all that said and done, I was riding back, and it was like 4:30, and I was debating whether or not to go by the office or not. And I was like, you know what, fuck, I'm gonna swing by the office. So I get to the office, and she called. Um, she called the office at like 4:45. She said, "Hey, I'll be there in like 10 minutes." I said, "Okay, no worries, I'm here."
Oh my
Like
god.
her
It's
soon and my
fucking
soon are
5 hours later than
I
when she said
already,
she's gonna be there.
yeah, I already know.
Not gonna hire
I
her.
already know this is, but I'm here. Let's entertain it. Like. And when she called, I could tell she was walking. She was out of breath and all this stuff. So I was like, man, she walked up here. I'll at least talk to her. Who knows? She might come in there and just, you know, blow it away. Like holy shit, I was not expecting this at all. So she walks
Probably
in
not.
there. Yeah, she walks in there, and she sits down. I have a little couch. It's not a casting couch. Kind of looks like one.
It's got that center console thing,
Yeah,
so you
it's
can't
got a
really use
center
that.
console on it, so it's not a casting couch. It does look like one at first glance, but the other office has a casting couch in it.
When you think
all our couches look like this.
when you think about it, now I think about when I walk into your office, it does kind of
it
look like
does, doesn't it?
you got your desk over there with not much on it but a computer and a
So
few
tell me
stacks
why
of
you want to
paper.
be here.
You should have a camera.
What are you willing to do for this
You
job?
should have a camera set up on a tripod when they walk in, just to freak them out.
So
The
yeah,
dudes
fucking
too.
yeah,
SeanCody.com.
yeah. So she sits down, and keep in mind it's like our hours are 7 to 5. So keep in mind we're pretty much closed at this point. we don't get a lot of foot traffic in our office to begin with. We just got the highway frontage just for advertising purposes. It's a billboard, pretty much. That's what the office is. So I'm sitting down, talking to her about 10 minutes or so, 5-10 minutes, whatever it was. Somebody opens the door. I got a little door chime on the thing. So I was like, doo-doo. And then I was like, I went to go get up. I was like, who the fuck's walking in here at? I was thinking, maybe someone want to book a dumpster last minute, whatever. She's like, oh, that's my cousin. I was like, oh, okay.
Red flag.
Yeah, her cousin just walks in my office, sits down next to her, pulls out a fucking whole ass thing of fucking chicken, fried chicken from the gas station across the street, and just starts fucking chomping away.
Were they black?
Yeah. She starts chomping away at this fucking fried chicken on the thing, right? So it's like 2 minutes before
What
we
the
actually
fuck?
close, right? And I answered the phones all the way up till 5. Somebody called at like 4:58, one estimate on junk removal. So I was like, I already knew she wasn't getting hired, so I answered the phone. I was like, I have to grab this, So I'm walking this guy through the estimate, how we price our dumpsters and how we price the junk removal and stuff. And her cousin answers a phone on speakerphone. She's like, yeah, I'm up here in the interview with my cousin. Dude, like, I'm on the phone here. I'm
my
trying to
God.
conduct business, and you're
He don't
like,
give a shit about you.
yeah.
Some people just have no fucking respect.
And so I was like, I kind of like looked at her like, are you like I wasn't like being. I was trying not to be rude.
Should have been.
Yeah, I should have been, but I was trying not to be rude. I just can't bring myself to do it sometimes.
Yeah, they were rude to you.
I know, but so while that's going on, like, I'm still on the phone with this guy, and then her cousin asked me, she's like, I'm on the phone with the guy, and I usually put him on speakerphone so I can like type and shit on the computer and whatever, and she's like in the put that over there before I hit the button, but she had like I'm on speakerphone with the guy in the middle of talking to him, and she's like, hey, what's your address so this guy can come pick us up?
Jesus Christ.
I'm like, I gave her the finger, like, hold on, fucking hold the fuck on, you know what I'm saying? I didn't say anything, but I was like, hold on, and so then she walked outside, and then I got it on the Ring camera and stuff. It's kind of funny. And then yeah, and then the other girl, after I got a phone, the other girl was like, she's like, yeah, I don't know why nobody hired me. Like, I tried at Walmart and this place, it just ain't nobody hiring. No, they're hiring. If you're going to interviews, they're hiring. People are hiring people.
They just ain't hiring people.
There's plenty of fucking
bringing their cousin in, eating fucking chicken while the interview's going on.
There's plenty of people hiring, and then that's not to top it off, dude. Like I'm still giving her the job description and stuff. I don't even know why at this point. I'm kind of just entertaining it, like, oh, let's see where this will go.
See where it goes.
Yeah. So like in the middle of me telling her, I have my cheat sheet board, my whiteboard of all my cheat sheet up there. Like, I got my cost of goods, like what times dumps closes, recycling places, what time they open, close, like how many square will fit in the dumpster. And she's asking me all these questions. I'm like, whatever, I'm answering all of them, And then she's like, in the middle of talking about that, she just gets up, starts walking around the rest of the building. So I was like, the fuck? So I was like, again, at this point, I'm just entertaining that shit. So I get up and I start walking around with her, and she's talking about. She's like, yeah. So who cleans the place? I was like, oh, it's just kind of whoever. If you got some free time, you just clean the place. She's like, oh yeah, I clean this place. She's like, if there's some downtime, I'll clean it. I'll sweep these corners out.
Red flag.
And I'm like,
red flag.
She was more interested in cleaning the building, so I might hire. Hey, come over, $20. I'll fucking give you $20 cash. Come over here and clean the office or some shit.
Oh my god, dude! No,
but it was
flag.
It was
every experience I've had of people that were always like with my tow trucks, like oh, who cleans them? Well, it's the driver's responsibility to clean them. Oh yeah, man, I clean my shit. My shit's always perfect. Every time they told me that, every single person that kept their truck clean was on drugs. Every single one of them. It must be a fucking thing, man. Like, cleaning, let's go with.
Oh, and she was high as fuck.
Hmm?
She was high as fuck.
She was high as fuck, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then she's excused. That's why her fucking.
Yeah.
That's why her behavior sucked.
Yeah. So that's how that went. Luckily, I did find somebody.
I couldn't imagine going
Hopefully
into an interview. We should just start doing that, where we're just going to interviews together, and I'll eat fried chicken while you. Well, I'll eat some white people shit. Like, I'll eat like Subway
just
or something.
Walk in 10 minutes. I'll show up 4 hours late.
I'll walk in 10 minutes after.
10 minutes after me.
Eating Subway.
Eating Subway.
get the answer
Yeah.
the phone. Like,
Eat
hey, what's
like,
up?
Eat like White Castle or something.
They,
A little Crystal Burgers.
I'll eat Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, there you
A
go.
little classy.
Chick-fil-A.
Well, keep it classy around here. You know what I'm
Want a waffle fry?
saying? That'd be the kicker if you walked in there like, hey, you want some?
Yeah.
The whole thing's a fucking kicker, honestly.
But
dude.
her cousin was asking me. She's like, "Yeah, the fried chicken's over there. Good." It's like, yeah.
So
yeah,
it was two females.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought when you said the cousin walked in, I thought it was a dude.
yeah. And
It doesn't matter what the gender is. I was
Yeah.
just curious
And then
because
some 60-year-old dude showed up in like a Ford Focus to pick him up. And then also too, they were asking me, they're like, "Oh, is that your truck outside?" And I was like, "Yeah, like obviously it's the only truck in the parking lot right now."
they can't
you know.
put two and two together.
But I mean, I didn't say like obviously it's the only truck in the parking lot. I was like, "Oh yeah, that's my truck outside." Like, "Oh, it's a nice truck." And then like her cousin got up and walked away, and then like the other dude pulled up. I saw him on the camera goes off
You
whenever
thought
there's
you about to
motion.
get fucking jacked.
So like when she's walking around, like if you go out to the side door, you can see through the side door to like where I parked my truck at. I glanced out there real quick. I was like, "Don't be fucking with my truck now. That's gonna be a bad day for somebody. It ain't gonna be me." The only bad thing about it is I'm gonna get home late, having to fucking explain to the police why there's a couple dead people laying in a fucking parking lot. But yeah, man, it was probably the best interview I've given so far.
That's a
And the interviews I give are very like laid back. Like I'm not like this is kind of how the interviews go. You know what I'm saying? Like how exactly me and how
I've literally done an interview in this chair before.
Yeah. Not in the shop though.
No, not in the shop. It's been in this
Yeah.
chair. It was at the shop that has no floors. It had no drywall at the time. It was a gutted house that we were turning into an office.
I gave an interview yesterday for a driver, right? And we got that cab over Peterbilt. If you're over 6 foot tall, it's a little cramped in there.
Yeah, I drove it one time.
I literally asked him. I was like, "Hey man, it's gonna sound like a weird question, but how tall are you?" He's like, "I'm 6'2". I was like, "All right." I was just curious. You don't mind riding around on a cab over a truck? He's like, "Nah, I don't care." So, because there's a couple guys that just they refuse to get in the truck because it's tight in there, but
Yeah, I don't think I've ever worked at a place where I told someone I refused to get in their truck.
yeah, I mean,
I told them that like I prefer to have a different truck, but I get it.
Yeah.
When I first started working, driving a heavy tow truck, I didn't start in a 50-ton. They put me in like a 45, like a 1990 4500 Kodiak that had no AC, no heat. The windows were crank windows that only went halfway down. I made it work. I did that for like 2 months, and they finally slid me up into the nice Peterbilt, and
yeah,
yeah, that's how it goes, man. When you're the bottom guy in the totem
Yeah.
pole, you gotta kind of just rough it out for a little while and just.
and it's not even like that cab overhead. It's not. I mean, it's not ragged out. I mean, it's
No,
it's an older
I've
truck.
driven it before, and I told Dad when he said it was gonna be hard trying to find someone to put in that truck. I wanted to tell him it wouldn't be. I told him I didn't mind when I drove it, and I wouldn't mind if I was still working there. If you guys needed someone to drive that, I would drive it. Honestly, I like the cab over better. You got tighter turning radius,
That turn rate is about the same actually.
but you got that big ass hood in front of you, so you can slide by a little easier.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. I like driving those trucks when I was in the Marines. I drove those LVSRs and stuff. Those things are Cadillacs, though. Those things were smooth.
Yeah.
Even the armored ones.
It's different when you have a choice between what truck to drive. It's harder to drive the shittier truck.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
But when you work for somebody and that's the only truck available, your check still clears the same every week. It don't matter.
Well, like when I had my wheel lift, my Ram rollback and my wheel lift were the same exact goddamn cab. Same exact cab. The only difference is I had upgraded leather seats in the wheel lift. So even though I would rather have a flatbed driving around, I'd get into the truck that was a little bit nicer. But if I was working somewhere, I've proven it to many companies that I've worked for. Just whatever truck you give me. Like when I was hauling mulch, those trucks were shitty. The mechanic who tried to keep them up, he sucked at his job. Like I had nothing against the guy personally. I thought he was a great guy personally. I think he, bitched a little bit too much and was kind of lazy, but but he's one of those mechanics that's zip ties and duct tape keeping the trucks together, and that was that he was okay with that. I remember when I drove their flatbed trailer, he told me I had it all loaded up with a dozer, going to the peat farm or peat mines or whatever. First time pulling that thing, and he's like, "Hey, just so you know, the brakes in this trailer don't work." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, the brakes don't work." And yeah, I'm glad he told me that because I was coming down a hill and the light turned red. And I wasn't stopping, so I just blared on the horn, and I ran through the red light, and I guess someone called the number on the side of the truck. And when I got back to the yard, my boss was like, "What the hell was that for?" And I didn't give a shit at that time. I was pissed off. It was a long day. I was irritated. I said, "Talk to the fucking mechanic because there ain't no brakes in that trailer." And then he got all mad at me because I told the boss there's no brakes. I was like, "You understand, right? That if I would have fucking killed someone, I'd be going to fucking prison. And if you think for a second that I ain't gonna drag you down with me as hard as I fucking can, because you're the one who put this trailer together, dead fucking wrong." But yeah, that was an interesting place to work. The bosses were great. All the coworkers sucked. All of them. I think there's only one that I got along with, and he quit like 3 months after I started working there.
No.
But yeah, it doesn't matter what truck you drive, just as long as your check's clear.
You know the difference between my Freightliners and my Peterbilt? Nothing. They all make the same amount of money. So
Yeah. It seems like every
it's
time
the driver that goes in them that makes the difference.
yeah, it seems like every time I quit somewhere though, or got fired or whatever, it seems like they always upgraded their trucks.
Yeah, you're like the good luck truck of trucks.
I fucking guess, dude. I swear to God, I swear, dude. I fucking left um Lake County Tow. I was driving like an 06 or 08 or whatever F650.
Oh, poor baby.
It was like I kept it up nice.
It looked like they kept their trucks up pretty good.
They did keep the truck pretty nice, and they forced
That
the drivers.
company you worked for before that, not so much.
No, when I worked, no, that was the only place I left, and they didn't upgrade the trucks. I left, and the company liquidated. It was gone. But that truck was shitty. You go above 55 miles an hour, and you start shaking really bad. And then sometimes it would shake so bad it would knock a wire loose in the motor.
I got a fucking 2020 that does that, just fresh off the lot. Just
it would knock a wire loose. I had to pull over on the side of the road because the motor would shut off because this wire got knocked loose, and I had to like reach my hand into the fucking motor area that was like burning hot and try and reconnect this wire to get it running again. And it's not like I can like connect it and like, okay, yeah, it's definitely connected. I had to like maybe connect it and then go up there and try and start it back up. Nope. All right, let me get back in there. And yeah, but yeah, I worked at Lake County. Drove, the truck was nice, but it was an older truck. No big deal. It wasn't crazy bad or anything. But as soon as I left, like he's been getting new trucks like every 2 years, every 3 years. Reliable Pete, same thing. They had a whole bunch of old trucks. I left. I drove by their yard like 8 months later. They had a bunch of brand new Internationals
They do
out
have
there.
a bunch of brand new trucks out
Yeah,
there.
they used to have only like 4 trucks, and they've been around for a while. It's not like they just started when I started working there. No, they've been around for.
Yeah, the mulching business is doing good right now.
Yeah, they bought that big ass machine that sifts through it automatically. All you do is load the hoppers up and just, you type in what combination of stuff you want and just drops it in as it goes, puts it in the pile, mixes it up, and then spits it out.
Yeah.
It was pretty bad there for a while though. Like they were trying to learn how to do the calculations and stuff. So like there was stuff I was delivering stuff and like the bosses were watching me deliver and they're like, why is there so much fucking like chunky Pete in this? I don't know, dude. I deliver it.
I just hold a steering wheel.
I just hold the steering wheel. I hold the steering wheel and I ground the gears. That's all I do. Car store, same thing. They had a bunch of older trucks. I mean, most of their older trucks were like light duty stuff. I didn't really get in those too much. I drove mostly heavy duty stuff. But I left. They got all new Rams, all new Hinos, all new Internationals. What the fuck, man? So, must be a curse. I tried the new truck route with my own company though. Never again.
Yeah, now you understand why a lot of companies have older trucks.
But they all got newer trucks.
Now.
That's what I'm saying. They like.
You gotta work your way up to that.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I learned is if you're going to get newer trucks, you're going to need some kind of financial backing, whether it's you have a massive bank account, the other person in your relationship works their ass off and makes 6 figures, or if you come from rich, you come from family that is wealthy.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have a wife that made 6 figures, and I don't have a family that's rich beyond imagination, which everyone thinks we do. But
I wish I'd had a fraction of the money everybody thinks I do, or the whole family does, anyways.
a lot of people think we're like fucking trust fund babies or something. It's like,
Yeah.
nah.
My boots are just as dirty as everybody else's.
People literally think that dad gave me that truck that I'm driving. Like, no, like I'm paying for it. He didn't say, "Here's a truck, son. I'll pay for it," or "Here's the truck and the title, sayonara." Like, no, I pay for that truck.
Yeah.
Pay for all my equipment. Pay for the house I live in.
The only truck that Dad, he never really gave it to me. He just was over the road and didn't know I was driving it.
Suburban.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was back in high school.
That piece of shit Suburban.
Well, I don't think it was a piece of shit.
No, that was a piece of shit because you drove it.
Eh,
You drove it like a pissed off teenager everywhere.
I still do.
Yeah, you got to drive that square body
Yeah,
Chevy.
at least somebody gave you a truck.
Hold on. No, shut the fuck up. You got to drive the square body Chevy, and then you got to drive the jacked up Suburban. And my first car was 1994.
I paid for the square body Chevy though.
1994 baby blue Buick Regal.
I paid for the square body though.
How much did it cost?
Like $400, I think it was.
Exactly. That's why I never ran.
It ran for a little bit.
Yeah, and then you drove it, and it stopped running.
No, if I remember correctly, it broke down from when I bought it. Broke down on my way back to the shop.
Damn, it sounds like the Jeep.
Yeah, that happens to me a lot.
You should stop buying pieces of shit for cheap.
Yeah.
But no, I mean,
but the square body, I didn't know shit about trucks back then. And I never even really tried to get it running. I was focused on other shit. I had the Suburban, so it wasn't like, Suburban like was cooler.
Yeah. It was
at the time,
a lifted Suburban. I mean,
Yeah.
it was what, 3 rows? 3 row seating. You all your fucking boys get in.
Yeah.
You fucking whatever you guys did, drugs or whatever.
Yeah.
Getting pulled over in school, having a bunch of
Suck
drugs.
each other off and stuff.
Yeah. No,
shout out to everybody I went to high school with. Remember that time we sucked each other off in the Suburban? Good times.
Yeah, like that's my point though, man. Like everyone, no one believes in the middle kid thing.
Don't get me started on that shit.
I'll get started on that thing. Now that we have a potential audience, I need to get started on it because I'm gonna start a fucking movement.
Fucking cry about it.
I guarantee you, there's a lot of people out there that would agree. The middle kid syndrome.
Of middle children.
Because we live it, dude. You got the square body, right? I paid for it. Okay.
Yeah, because that was a mistake and they felt bad for me.
Yeah. So you got that.
At least the middle child's like, fuck it, let's have
and then
another one.
And then you had the jacked up Suburban that you got to drive around, right?
Mm-hmm. But dad didn't really know about it. I was supposed to be going to like work and school. That was it.
Yeah, but we all know how shit works out.
But
we all know how shit works out.
Skipping school and using it to go other places.
Let me finish. That's why you didn't graduate. Let me finish. You had that, then the Suburban. What was my first car? A baby blue Buick Regal, 1994. I loved it. I didn't hate it. I'm just trying to prove a point here. Loved the car. I had it for about 3 or 4 months, and then the only reason I got that single cab Dakota was because fucking Pop died. That's the only reason I got that truck.
It was given to you.
Huh?
It was given to you.
It was willed to me, fucking from a dead family member.
You're like a trust fund baby.
Yeah. Goddamn trust fund baby getting everything.
Dakota boy.
I got shit handed to me.
Got his clothes and everything. Got all his fucking his plaid button ups.
I even got his big ass glasses, like Bubbles glasses he's got.
His cheap ass fucking Wranglers he had.
I had his cheap ass multi tool. I still got that thing, dude. That thing is test of time, dude. Leather fucking holder and everything. Nice. But I got that. Loved that even more because it was a truck, even though it was a single cab. And then what was the first car? It was a Jeep Cherokee, right? Like a slightly newer Jeep Cherokee. I think that's what it was. And then she wrecked that one.
Yeah, it was like that. New
and then they got the Tanner or the Tanner, the tan.
She had a Beetle for a little bit too, didn't she?
Did she have a Beetle for a little while?
I don't know. That's what I was asking you.
I wasn't there, dude. I was fighting for our country in Okinawa. Bro. I was in Okinawa fighting off the Japs like my fucking great granddaddy.
Jesus Christ! Need to like walk through their protest signs or something.
We did have to drive through their protest lines a lot.
Yeah, man.
I should have got a medal for that.
Yeah. Probably didn't fill out the right paperwork.
It happens. But yeah, dude. So she got that, you got that, and I got the baby blue Buick.
Yeah, the difference is I didn't get nothing.
You got the Suburban.
My truck. I bought that truck And when I got back from boot camp, that truck was gone. It was sold. I
Same here.
never even got the money for it.
Same here.
But I spent my money on that truck.
I think I did get the money for the Dakota when they sold it. It was like $1,000, something like that. And if I remember correctly, because I don't want to put them out there because they didn't do anything wrong, I think that I told them that if it sold, it'd be fine, which I regretted saying that because I didn't have shit to drive on boot leave. I didn't have shit to drive. Luckily, I went to Okinawa, so I didn't need a fucking vehicle. But come to think of it, there's 2 vehicles that I wish I would have kept. It was that Dodge Dakota and the red right-hand drive Honda Accord I had in Okie. I wish I would have kept those 2 vehicles because that right-hand drive probably could have sold for more than what it sold for over there. I think I sold it for like $3,000 over there.
Yeah, but it cost you like fucking $4,000 to get it.
No, you get one free transport, I think, in an enlistment.
Oh.
And then if you enlist again, it doesn't like double up. But I think
they were gonna charge me because my truck was lifted. I had a dually truck and a lifted truck. They wouldn't ship either one because it wouldn't fit in the Connex box. I was like, well, that's fucking stupid.
Yeah, I wish I would have kept that because when I sold it to
which now that I think
a
about
used
it,
car
I had
dealership over there.
A buddy of mine, he had like a fucking F350, like 4-door long bed with like a 12-inch lift on it. How the fuck did he get it to Hawaii?
Paid. He paid. You didn't want to pay. He paid.
I mean, probably. I don't know.
You couldn't pay. He paid.
Yeah, I was broke as shit. I just sell my TV to buy a plane ticket to get home.
Well, you didn't do the proper paperwork. They'll send you home.
I was on restriction whenever I was getting out, so I didn't know what to do. I was literally on restriction the day I got out of Marine Corps.
Yeah.
Good times.
I can make fun of you all I want about being broke when you got out, but it doesn't matter because I had $20,000 when I got out, and within 6 months I was more broke than you were when you got out. That $20,000 didn't last long. It lasted a very long time in Okinawa because all I did was I bought a 30 rack and a thing of whiskey, drank in the barracks, didn't do much.
Off in the barracks.
Yeah. Did what every Marine does in their barracks room. Anyone who says they never jerked off in a barracks room is a liar.
Came back from deployment and had like 32 or 33,000 in the bank, and it was gone by the end of the month. True story.
See, the problem is though,
I don't even have anything to show for it. Didn't have anything to show for it at the time either. It was all drugs and alcohol.
See, the problem is though, is I put my money in a bank. Should have never done that. Don't trust the banks. Don't trust the banks. The banks are fucking scams.
That's not why you're broke though.
That's not why I'm broke. But if I would have put at least half that into investing in something or something better than a bank, I couldn't have touched it.
Like Bitcoin, because that was like about the time you should have bought it.
In 2017, yeah, didn't. It was down in 2017.
Never mind.
Yeah, I didn't have 20. I didn't have 20 grand in the bank in fucking 13, dude. Or
people were telling me to buy Bitcoin. It was like $7 or $8 a fucking coin.
Yeah,
I was like, yeah, you guys are fucking stupid.
Are you buying that fake money?
Yeah, I'm fucking give my real money to the internet. Pass. Got Bitcoin now.
Hey,
it's a little too late though.
But
no phone to the table.
But yeah, the banks are a fucking scam, dude. Did you know that there's no, apparently according to Bank of America and Navy Federal, there's no bank, at least in America, that will cash a business check.
I can see it.
Does that make any sense?
Not really, but
like, why won't you cash a business check? That's the best check to cash because there's a lot more you can go after than just the individual.
I've never understood the whole, like, any of that shit. Like, with today's technology, there's no reason why shit can't clear a lot faster. Like, when I deposit a check, it takes 3 days to clear. Why? Fucking check that shit, make sure that dude has it in his account, pull it out. Goodbye. See ya. Put it in my account. I don't know why I gotta wait 2-3 days for fucking checks to clear.
Yeah.
You know? That's the dumbest shit. And if I want to cash it, I'm gonna fucking cash that bitch.
Exactly. I hate to say it, but it's my money and I fucking want it now.
Yeah.
That's why I told. I mean, I made a little bit of a scene in the Bank of America because.
Did you pull out your gun?
I'm here, ain't I?
Yeah. They'll probably get you some cash real quick. Probably get you more than what the check's worth. You gotta do it right though.
No, it's going to be like, I just want what's on the check.
You see that? What?
No more, no less.
It was like a little skit on like a TV show or something. The guy went in there and he had a gun. He's like, "Oh, I'll give you all." No, I want a fucking job.
Yeah, give me an application. Give me an application.
Yeah. Got like a picture of an employee a month. He's got like a ski mask on with his gun.
Yeah, dude, it's it was kind of irritating. It's a check from a multi-billion-dollar company. Some of you might know it as Geico. And it wasn't for like a ridiculous amount either. It was a couple grand. That's it. You know, it wasn't like I'm gonna clear their bank account out.
You never
And
know. You never know.
you never know. But yeah, I went to Navy Federal. They're like, okay, well, because Navy Federal, I know they won't deposit it again, like you said, right away. I went to the bank, say, can you deposit this? And can I have the funds available immediately? No, it's going to take 2 to 3 business days. Why? Okay, I'll cash it. Oh, we don't cash business checks. Okay. She's like, you can try go to. So that's another kicker. I just thought about this. They told me at Navy Federal to go to Bank of America and try and cash it because it's a Bank of America check. So I go to Bank of America. Bank of America tells me that no one cashes business checks. So either Navy Federal was lying to me and wanted me out of the fucking office, or the lady at Bank of America is an idiot. But all I know is if you go to a bank, especially if you have a large amount of money in the bank account, if you go to a bank and ask for all your money, they more than likely won't give it to you.
They more likely can't give it to you.
Exactly. That's the problem. Imagine if everyone who had about 15 grand or more in the bank went to their banks. Everyone in America went to the banks and said, "I want to pull all my cash out." We could collapse the banking system in seconds.
We couldn't because they wouldn't do it.
But that's what I'm saying. But now you got all the people that have $15,000 or more in the bank account. Like, okay, well, I'm not going to use the bank anymore. And that's why all these other businesses use offshore bank accounts and stuff like that. Because, these offshore bank accounts, you can call your accountant up and be like, hey, I need 100 grand for this business deal. Okay, done. The funds are there, ready immediately. Boom, done. That's it. Why can't I do that for $2,000?
Yeah. Same thing with like credit cards and shit. I mean, it's a credit card. You're loaning somebody, like you already have it set in the system. They're like, okay, if they go over this amount, they can't do any more. So say you have $1,000 credit limit and you buy something that's $300. Why does it take 2-3 days to clear? Like if you purchase it from a business, like when we take a credit card, it takes 2 to 3 days before I actually get the money. Why is that?
Yeah.
Like if you have a set amount, you would think it'd be instant. That way, if they try and make 2 transactions right away, but it is instant for them because you try and make 2 transactions right away for $600 a piece. It's $1,200. The first one will go through, the second one won't. But it takes me 2 to 3 days to get that $600.
Yep. And that's why the government wants everyone to pull away from cash. That's why they want us to go
on top of the banks making money on the interest.
That's why it's always important to have, 5-10 grand. If you can save that money up. I know some people, it's hard to save that money up, but if you can have 5 to 10 grand in cash tucked away.
But still, even cash ain't shit. They could literally any day now just be like, man, not accepted.
That wouldn't. They could.
It would be an uprising.
That would cause an uprising.
That's how you piss off a lot of people at the same time. But they literally could do it because the money in our pocket right now ain't fucking rip it up. I don't mean shit.
There's very few things that the government could do right now that would like cause an uprising, and they know it, and they're scared of it, and they know that if they push too far, too quickly, they're going to lose everything, and that's what they don't want to do. They're slowly doing it a little bit at a time, chipping away.
Well, what was that?
Help me, Snake. But yeah, it's just that's all it takes is for a couple people to stand up and be like, "This is enough, dude. Like, why the fuck are we letting this happen? Why do we always let this shit happen?" There's no reason that if I had $100 million in a bank account, it might be more than this to buy one, but figuratively speaking, if I had $100 million in a bank account,
numbers here. We're talking real numbers.
Yeah, we're talking real numbers.
Show
Yeah,
what
yeah.
you got.
I'll show you my bank account. I got a lot of zeros in there.
A lot of decimals.
A lot of zeros. But
No commas.
if I have $100 million in the bank and I want to go buy a fucking Abrams tank cash, why the fuck can't I? Why can't I? The government don't want us to do it because they know that if they had about if one person in every state had a tank, just had a tank.
County.
Go yeah. Let's go with county. Let's slim it down a little bit. If every county in America had a tank, the U.S. government would never ever do anything.
With all this shit going on right now with the dozers, like how everybody's like, oh, buy dozers, up armor them. They're gonna start fucking banning.
They're gonna start banning.
You're gonna have to have a license to buy a dozer.
You're gonna have a fucking concealed dozer permit.
Yeah.
You see what's going on in France right now, or Germany, or whatever it is? Germany, the fucking farmers are uprising. They're like storming their fucking capital city, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. You don't need a dozer. You don't need fucking tractors. That's a perfect example. It's just forcing numbers.
People.
You know what I'm saying?
People, what are they gonna start doing? Mowing us down?
Like you think they can't stop some tractors? They can stop some tractors. They can't stop thousands of tractors. Just like people, you can stop people. Can't stop millions of people.
Are they gonna do? Start mowing us down, and then what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Imagine you flip the news on right now, and it just said that, like, imagine we go back 3 years to January 6th, or 4 years now, January 6th, and it's like, oh, the Capitol Police just started laying rounds into the crowd. Do you think that for a second there wouldn't be millions of more people fucking there?
Even the people that are like,
even the people that are like, no, I voted for Joe Biden because he's less mean. But it's like, hold up, whoa.
Wait. You can't just
start
people
shooting.
Down,
you can't just start shooting your own citizens. That's what I mean. If that's what it's going to take, that's an unfortunate thing. But I think at this point, that's what it's gonna come down to, an incident like that, like the Boston Massacre, that sparked a fucking uprising over there all those years ago and shit like that. It's gonna be something like that. It's gonna be something that it's gonna have to be an event that, like, the shot heard around the world.
Yeah.
So that's all it takes, though, man.
But I did watch saw a video today where a guy was talking about. He's like, do you think we're gonna start a civil war? Our generation won't even get off the fucking. They get McDonald's delivered to their fucking house. There's an app on their phone, but they don't have to get off their fat fucking ass to eat. You think they're gonna get up and like, hey, sorry guys, can't make it to the Revolution Party. Let me know how it goes.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think
there'll be those people.
I think like there'd be Gen Zers, there'd be millennials, like the younger millennials. There'd be a lot of people will surprise a lot of us if shit hit the fan. Like for instance, this isn't really a surprise because the guy was always like one of those fucking like hell yeah motherfuckers in the Marines. But I don't want to say his name or anything because I don't know if he's like top secret or whatever. It's not super top secret because it's on Instagram, but I don't know what his like ability to post or anything
probably
like
on
that.
A watch list. Is he on a watch list?
Probably because he's been in Ukraine for the past year fighting.
Nice.
I don't know if he's independent. I don't know if he dropped his citizenship and went to become a Ukrainian.
I think Ukraine was like, I don't know if it was Ukraine. Somebody was asking for like American, like former military.
It was Ukraine.
Was it?
It was Ukraine when it first started, and there was like actual like platoon size Americans going, and even some like two Americans got captured, like during that. That was a whole thing. I think they got released or whatever. But yeah, I just found out. I think yesterday I was scrolling through Instagram and I saw a picture of him that he ain't posted in like a year, and he's like, yeah, I've been in Ukraine for a year, fighting for Ukrainians and shit like that. I was like, holy fuck. And like I said, I don't know if he's in the army or not.
Getting some of that laundered money.
I don't know if he's in the army or not because there's a picture. It's all in fucking Ukrainian writing, but it's a picture of a medal in a box. So he got a medal of some sort. So I don't know if he's in the army or if maybe like they give people that are supporting him like that. But that's pretty fucking cool.
More than likely, they're probably over just training.
No, he like I mean, unless he's really good at or Photoshop, or maybe he just took the right picture at the right time. But there's photos of him like in like busted down cities and shit like that, in buildings.
Yeah.
And there's even a picture. I don't know why this is a picture because it's blurred. His face is blurred out, but the entire squad's face is blurred out. I don't know. He just did that for like the clout or something like that. But hey, he got me fooled. No reason to go over there. Not for us anyway. We shouldn't be over there in the first place.
Yeah.
If he wants to do that, if individuals want to do that, great, fantastic, that's awesome.
No, everybody has their reasons for doing things. I don't hate on anybody's shit for doing it, but
when my tax-paying dollars are going to that, it's like,
yeah, like why?
Why am I doing that?
I can't talk about it too much because I don't know exactly. Other than Russia wants to do shit they want to do, but
well, no one's talking about it anymore because it's not trendy.
Yeah,
it's not trending. It's not trendy to have the Ukrainian
like
flag in
Israel
your profile
shit,
picture anymore.
Like how many wars do we got to fund? A
lot of them,
like
all of them apparently.
Yeah, apparently.
I mean, we even got. I don't know if you heard about the 3 soldiers that died in Jordan, got killed in action. U.S. soldiers.
No, didn't hear nothing about that.
Fucking drone strike. Why are we not like? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are we like, okay, enough of this proxy bullshit? Like now we have casualties, U.S. casualties that are enlisted in the U.S. military being hit by drones, and I listen to the news, but I don't listen to it like religiously. I just hear it in the background. I collect the information in my head. But from what I gather, like the drone was like there was an American drone flying back to the base, and like I guess this drone was like able to like sneak in with it or whatever and into the perimeter, and it bombed it. Like 40 people got injured, 3 people died, 8 of them were like had to get flown back to a major hospital into an allied territory, and I'm like, I couldn't imagine being the family member of one of those soldiers. Like, what do you mean my son, daughter, wife, brother, whatever, got killed by a drone strike in Jordan? Like, and we're not going to do anything about it? I'm like what's our retaliation? Like, last I checked, is you don't fuck with us, we don't fuck with you.
Yeah, when's the last time you checked? It's been a while since you checked, didn't it?
It's been a while. It just, I don't know, man. It just bugs me knowing that we got.
Well, I mean, you look back at like World War II. I mean, like it took us a while to get into World War II, like years.
Yeah,
before we actually.
That's because we were an isolationist nation. Like we were building our shit up. We were, we weren't really big. We became bigger players in World War One, but we weren't really involved super big into that war in the beginning either. But we were on the winning side, and we put a lot of effort in the last few years and stuff. And when World War II came around, we were rebuilding from World War One. Everything was booming and everything like that. Things are great. It doesn't matter if it's one life or if it's thousands of lives like on Pearl Harbor. It shouldn't matter. It's a matter of there was a purpose drone strike.
I'm sure, like
on our soldiers.
I'd have to do some research on it, but I'm pretty sure we were still sending troops to assist.
Yeah, I think we were assisting in training and stuff like that.
I'm sure some people were killed in the process.
That's what I'm saying. Like we're so worried about the politics and stuff. We're so worried about like our government is, not us, like not normal people, but like they're so worried about the politics. Like, oh, it's a proxy war. Like what the fuck does that even mean? One of the dumbest things I've ever heard of, like proxy war.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit we're involved in and doesn't need. We don't need to be involved in. Now, like I'm all for helping others out, but like
we gotta help. We gotta fix our shit first.
Well, we gotta fix our shit, and it's not like the government has anybody's best interest at heart except for their own hearts. You know what I'm saying? So,
if I'm suicidal, I'm not gonna go to a therapist that's also suicidal.
Yeah,
he's probably like, "Yo, let's do it. Let's make a fucking pact right now, dude. Like, let's take these pills.
You do me, I do you.
let's just drink this drink. And we'll just fall asleep.
Yeah.
be good to go. Like, nah, dude. Like,
Yeah, it's all pretty fucking stupid. But can't do anything unless you got a bunch of people stand up.
yeah, that's why I say fuck the government. You say fuck the government, and all their fucking
Every government, federal, local, state, city, like whatever you, if it's got the word government behind it, fuck it. Any 3-letter agency, fuck you. Uh, especially the
ATF,
IRS,
NSA.
IRS, and the ATF too. I didn't lose my guns in a boating accident. I still got them. Come get them.
Come and take them, boy.
Come cry from my cold dead hands. But it's tits, man. It's tits.
It's all about the tits, man.
Taxation is theft.
Sir. It's all about the tits. Someday, the people that don't see it or don't care to see it, because I got friends that you would think they would, feel the same way about the stuff that I do, for the most part, by the government and stuff like that, and they're, it's not that they're like, oh no, the government's here to help, but they just like, it's like, I don't care enough, dude. Like I respect the whole like nonchalant, like I'm too cool to care about that shit ideology, but at the same time, it's like you got to, because whether you think about it or not, or whether you know it or not, the government has too much power, and no offense to those guys, but it's people like that the ones that know and are annoyed by it, but don't care enough to say or worry or look into it or anything like that. That's the issue we're facing right now. It's not there because there's not a lot of people that are wholeheartedly trusting the government, but there's just too many people that just don't give a shit. And when you don't give a shit about something enough, you're okay with like, oh well, I guess gas is higher. Oh well, I guess taxes on this is higher.
Well, the other problem is too. A lot of people just say, it is what it is. Like there ain't nothing we can do about it. No, there is something we can do about it. We just all have to do it together. There's not anything one individual person can do. People have tried to do it. And they get labeled as criminals or whatever.
Conspiracy theorists, criminals, crazy. They get unalived out of nowhere.
Yeah. Go disappearing on hiking accidents.
In their slacks and dress shoes.
Never known for hiking, but they go missing in hiking accidents.
A lot of dead bodies around the government that can't be explained, and no one cares to be like, well, it's a little fishy.
Yeah.
That has happened like that.
Yeah.
So.
Probably shouldn't go hiking in your high heels. It's not a good idea. Highly not recommended. But till we all get together, till people realize that,
until people just start caring enough.
Well, caring, because the government tries to keep everybody divided, whites versus blacks,
left versus right,
this versus that. We're all, when you think about it, dude, majority of people are the fucking same, dude. Like, we might have our differences. I mean, me and you have our differences. Like, you're ugly.
That's debatable.
Exactly what. But some people are gay. Some people ain't. It's probably gonna get flagged for fucking hate speech, but whatever. Yeah, man, it's just
bullshit.
It's not.
It's bullshit.
It's not you versus me. Blah blah blah. It's us versus them.
Yep.
It's not us versus the government. There's a lot more of us. I promise you. Well, I'm not good at math, but there's a lot more of us.
Even the people that are in the government, not necessarily like maybe like federal government, like congressmen and all that stuff, not including them, but like military, because the federal government is like, we'll just, or a lot of people would say like, they'll just use the military. Like, you got to think about it, dude. That's like they're American.
80% of the military is gonna fucking dip out.
Yeah, they're American citizens too.
There's
They're not
gonna be
gonna.
those 20% worth of staff sergeants like, oh, I love this country. Yeah, so does everybody else, dude. Everybody that's living in this country, whether you admit it or not, you like this country.
If you didn't like it, you'd leave.
There's some things in this country that, you know, as far as like the standard principles that, you know, like constitutional wise, that there's good arguing points, but for the most part, we're the most well-rounded country.
Yeah.
You know, like we're a mixing pot. There's no other country in the world that's like us.
You see,
You can't go to China and find out.
You see it
you're
in
not
the
gonna find a
Olympics.
bunch of black people in the fucking.
You see it in the Olympics.
Yeah.
The Olympics. You look at all the other teams. It's always the majority race. And America's Olympic team, it's always all kinds of people, and that's
Yeah, hardly ever just a white dude in there.
No.
Unless you're Michael Phelps or something. It's about as
Michael Phelps, the elongated Eli Manning.
yeah. Wait till
So fucking, every time I see him, I'm
Yeah,
like, dude,
right?
he's related to him, man.
Yeah.
He looks more like
It's your
Eli
fucking
Manning's brother
web-ass
than Peyton Manning does.
Yeah, right. He does too. Wait till they find out black people can actually swim. Michael Phelps for Rutgers about to get crushed.
Wait till we unlock that character, man. Fucking,
yeah, right.
everyone, like, holy shit. Yeah, man. But on a lighter note, appreciate the hat. Pretty cool hat.
Yeah, pretty sweet. Turned out pretty nice.
Got more of them coming. If anyone
Yeah.
wants to buy one,
If you guys want a hat, hit me up. Osteen Racing. Check us out. Check Osteen Racing out on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook,
YouTube.
TikTok for all the wrecks, YouTube for full races. Haven't posted any racing stuff in a while. I had a couple people reach out to me asking
You
where
haven't
I've been
posted
at.
any racist stuff in a while.
Yeah,
Is that what you said? Racist stuff?
no racing.
Oh, I was like, what the fuck?
No, I post racist shit daily, dude.
No, that's my Instagram.
Check out the Instagram, racist shit daily. Racistshitdaily.com. Let's see if that's a fucking website. When you get done with that one, check out SeanCody.com. Nah, but check out Osteen Racing on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. I think that's it.
We will have a website upcoming soon.
Yeah, we got the Osteen Bros website coming. You'll be able to get some working on some Osteen Bros merchandise.
Shirts,
some
hats,
hats,
magnets,
t-shirts,
keychains.
Working on some stuff.
Work stuff. We'll have some gloves. We'll have some high vis stuff.
Yeah. Koozies. Found out today we can get some koozies.
We'll have some koozies. Yeah, man.
My our what would it be called?
What?
The guy that makes the hats.
Supplier?
Yeah, supplier went by a shop today. He has he had a whole box full of koozies, bunch of different colors. Pretty cool. So talk to him. We'll get a logo together. Get some Osteen Bros koozies, hats.
All the proceeds go straight back into this.
Yeah, all the money
proceeds
comes
go
right
straight-
back into the podcast.
Whether it's for his racing or whether it's for the podcast itself, it all goes back into what we're trying to build over here. And you know, the more subscribers we get, the more merchandise is bought, the more content we can push out, and the more stuff we can do. Eventually, we want to start doing
start doing giveaways,
raffles, and stuff like that.
I got the giveaway sitting there right behind the camera. You won't see it just yet, but that's gonna be probably not the first giveaway, but it'll be a part of it one day.
You can get sneak peeks of it on your TikTok, right?
Yeah, there's some sneak
videos
peeks
of
on
it?
TikTok. I'm not gonna tell you which one it is, but
Figure it out.
you'll figure it out.
Subscribe to all of them. Hit that notification button.
And give us a follow for more content in the future.
Yep. You'll know when the website's up. We'll let you guys know, and you can see all of our socials on the website, and you can go on there and subscribe to the website. We'll have some exclusive content for you guys. First access to all our merchandise, all that good stuff. So,
And as always, fuck the government and question why you're paying fucking taxes.
or don't pay them.
Or don't
It's up to you.